Okay, I've just changed my cymbal setup to be a bit more Simon Phillips-esque. And I always thought the high cymbals thing was a bit crazy. This is about where I had my crash before. And it was a bit of a stretch with these toms to reach over here, and I'd catch my sticks on it when I was. So I moved it in this way, which seems to me, if I sit and look at it, it seems like it's pretty much right in my face. It's about a stick away from my chin, which seems mad. And you would think it would get in the way of the tom, but right, it does a little bit. Let's move it back and tack. So I still have all this clearance for the toms, and now I can hit the cymbal without stretching my arm out. So it looks weird because I'm not used to it, but these cymbals, I've moved this one up as well, and now a lot easier to hit and reach, so hopefully my arms will we'll see how it goes. Pretty major change for my setup.
Okay, so I'm in my hotel room now, you can hear what I'm saying. Basically, if you think about it, if you have your snare drum here and then your toms in front, you have to reach from your snare to your toms, but you can do that without having to straighten your arm. If you have your cymbals at a similar level to your toms, then you need to put them a layer back from the toms, because otherwise they'll be on top of your toms basically. So you go snare, tom, and then you've got to reach for the cymbal. Now this might not seem like a very big deal, but just try this. Hold your arm out straight and you'll feel it in your back. So it throws your balance off if you have to reach like this. It puts quite a lot of strain on your shoulder, and it's not easy to do this. So if you're playing a 2-hour show and you're reaching for the cymbals a lot, then that's going to throw your balance off. It might give you back problems and it feels uncomfortable. So try this, hold your arm out and then feel the weight of that and how you can feel it in your back and your shoulder. And then bend your elbow 90 degrees and just feel how much that affects how difficult it is. I can sit here and as I do this, I can feel the tension leave my back. You know, you've got to have quite a lot of tension in your back to hold your arm out like this. So the idea is that by having your cymbals higher, you can hit your toms with a bent arm and you can hit the cymbals with a bent arm, and you're not putting strain on your back and it's not throwing your balance off. So mine aren't crazy high. Simon Phillips has his, like, he really has to reach for them, but I did a 2-hour show last night with the cymbals up, and for the last week and a half of shows I've been coming off stage feeling kind of tired and twisted, and last night it was noticeably easier to hit those crashes when I didn't have to stretch out. So like I say, this is something that I think the idea has been around for a long time. Check out 80s drummers and they all had the cymbals up here and really close. And now you see guys with them a little lower and further away, but Billy Ward, I took a lesson with him and I remember sitting behind his kit and his cymbals seemed really close. So you've got to get away from what looks normal to you, because what looks normal to you is just what you're used to playing. So you ought to try different setups like I did. It took me a long time, but I enjoyed the gig a lot more last night because it was easier to play. So yeah, it's worth a try.